Do it.
What's up? Welcome to Around the League with NBA ChatTown with myself and Bruce. What's
What up?
happening tonight? What's up, Bruce?
What's up? What's up?
Nothing, man. So we gonna hit some people off with some topics today. We got the who's on our NBA Mount Rushmore. We got the max extension signing by Jaylen Brown with the Boston Celtics. We got WNBA players wanting paid similar to NBA players. We got man, it's gonna be a full house, man. So let's see. We got casual toy collector in the house. What's up, Kaz? I'm thinking
Sky Genetics.
Sky Genetics. Oh, before we start, Monday, LeBron James' son, Bronny, was rushed to the hospital with a cardiac arrest event. And we hope everybody can be cool with that and everybody's healthy and he recovers. I know everybody wants to play basketball at the end of the day, but we want to make sure, don't matter what we talk about them on the court, we want to make sure that we know that say some good words about them and everybody's going to be okay. And
Yeah, that's pretty crazy, man. I don't know, man, if he'll be able to play after that. If they don't find out what the reason is, I don't know if he'll play, which is
I don't
huge.
either.
Because there was another basketball player that suffered cardiac arrest, and then he tried playing again, later on down the road, and he had cardiac arrest again and died. I don't know if it's safe to. What was it, DeMar Hamlin that suffered cardiac arrest during the football season this year?
Didn't I don't know if Jeff Green, when he played with the Boston Celtics way back, I don't know if it was a cardiac arrest, but no, he had some heart issues. And to see him playing this long in the league is amazing. So what's going on with Bronny definitely can impact LeBron and his playing career. You know what I mean?
Yeah, because I think LeBron he wants to play with Bronny, but with this happening, does that decide whether he retires earlier than what he might have done or not if he's not going to get to play? Because I think his other son is 2 years younger, isn't he?
I think you're right with the two. I'm not for sure on it, but
I think he's 16.
Right. Yeah, but we just wanted to throw some shout outs their way.
Yeah, shout out to LeBron James, man, and a speedy recovery for Bronny.
Yeah. We're going to do a whole show. I was thinking about just kind of shows we can do and shit before we shout out the chat. And we're going to do a show that's just about LeBron James. I think that'd be a good show to do because there's a lot to talk about with him over his entire career. Whether you a fan of him or not, there's still a lot to talk about. He still has contributed a lot to the game, whether you like him or not,
Yep.
But shout out to Casual Toy Collector, Moto Viper
Shout out
21.
Moto Viper, what up?
Curtis Schultz.
Kurt Dog.
And Brandon Diecast.
What up, Brandon?
It's going to be his birthday soon. We'll be on several more times for it's your birthday, Brandon, but if we don't see you then, happy birthday. So
Sky Genetics.
Go ahead, man.
I was being silly. I said Sky Genetics.
Oh, man. So our main topic is who's on our NBA Mount Rushmore. Before we can do that, Bruce, what are the qualifications? What does a player? Man, this is live TV. There's no edits, so hey, just talk how we are. We don't rehearse none of this shit. What kind of qualifications must a player have be even considered to be on Mount Rushmore, Bruce?
Rings for one thing. Rings, multiple. All-star appearances. Like all team NBA, whatever, all-star appearance stats. Because I won't say necessarily all-star appearances or well, okay, so one of a player that could be considered on the Mount Rushmore is Bill Russell, right? But he was doing when he was playing basketball, they didn't have shit like night being an all-star or all defensive player and stuff like that. So he can't, he can't be penalized for what didn't exist.
Right. I think for me, one of it's going to be what I've seen. I think that's fair. So everything, I don't want like all the guys that played before I watched, all the guys that were doing it and paving the way. I didn't get to see them. So I'm only gauging on what I've seen in my lifetime. Because you hear a lot of these people, Bruce, especially the new generation, like, oh, I saw a mixtape of Michael Jordan. Oh my God. You cannot make a determination of a motherfucker that played by watching his mixtape. As great as that mixtape is, you don't even understand how great it was when he was on the floor in the game times, watching him, whether it be in the arena, in real life, or on TV, watching those games every week. It's not the same, man. So these cats judging people on a mixtape, you have no idea still.
Yeah, for sure, chat. Hey, yeah, chat. Y'all can definitely have a Mount Rushmore. Hell yeah. I mean, it's all opinion, anyways. Kobe would definitely not be on mine, but hey, do you want to hit those other two topics before we get into the Rushmore real quick?
All right, but they won't be real quick. So yeah, you got to wait for the Rushmore, people. But so we're gonna go ahead and talk about this because Bruce brought to my attention. I started watching some news today, and as soon as I started watching it, posted up. But he brought to my attention the Boston Celtics and Jaylen Brown entered in, or they signed him to a $300 million extension. I'm gonna let Bruce go.
Largest contract in NBA history. $300 million fucking dollars for 5 years. I don't know. Someone in the Celtics office, I don't know. They might need to be drug tested. That was a total, because what has the main conversation around him and Tatum has been can they really coexist on the same team? They both have kind of the same skill set. They don't really play together. They were supposed to be getting rid of one of them, not fucking signing one to the largest contract in history. What the fuck? So what does that mean for Tatum? How much is he going to get? 350?
They said before the signing that Jokic had the largest contract. I didn't look it up, but for some reason in my head I thought it was like 260 something.
I think it was 267. I think it's 267.
Popped in my head, but this is just all off our head. We just put the show together today, so I think I remember big time hearing before that Steph Curry broke the record. He had a little over 200 million. Was now these are 208, 209 million or something. What was that? 2 or 3 years ago?
Yeah, it was 3.
I think so.
Oh yeah, that was 3 because that was the same year that he was out. They signed him to that while he was injured, right? No, that was Tatum. They got signed that huge. Damn, both of them got $200+ million though, didn't they?
I think it was.
I mean, not Tatum. Yeah, not Tatum. You know who I'm talking about? Klay Thompson.
I think. Yeah, I was thinking Klay was still hurt, and I think it was for the whole season. So I think so that's the one I think it was still. But so that lets you know the progression. 3-ish years ago, it was at 200 mil. It's already gone 100 mil, right? Now, before we get into all the other stipulations, chat, Bruce, do you think he's worth that?
I mean, I'm glad the man got his money. I wouldn't have given him $300 million. I mean, he does, bar his performance, his horrible performance in that last game or whatever, he is productive. He is good, and he's about to hit his prime. He's like at the very beginning of it. What is he, 24?
No, he's 26, getting ready to be 27.
So Tatum is 25 or 24?
Because Tatum's up. So Tatum's up next 1 year later from him.
Okay.
For Supermax.
Whatever. I think what, he'll be 32 when his contract is up. But fucking yeah. I think that, I don't know. I wouldn't have given him. He's not a $300 million player, man. I just don't see him as like being the one where they're like he got the first largest, because there's going to be more. If you're giving him $300 million, then we already know this is just the beginning of, we're going to be seeing all kind of crazy signings from here on out.
Man, so if you were to rank him top, people rank people top 10, top 5. If you were to rank him, and this is all just our opinion, what we see, right? These guys put in a lot of work, never disrespecting them, but still,
right. Because on their worst day, they're better than us. So
yeah, the worst guy on the bench, the 12th guy, can whoop anybody's ass, basically.
Yeah, for sure.
So, where would you?
He's not in my top 10.
Top 20?
Probably not.
Probably not.
Maybe top 25. Maybe top 30. Maybe they do like a top 30. He's in between 25 and 30. Man, he's not even like, I don't get it. What the fuck? Why did y'all weren't supposed to be just re-signing both of them? That's my whole thing. What the hell happened?
No. If I were to rank, so if Klay Thompson were to come back, right? If Klay Thompson were to fully recover from the Achilles and be the player he used to be,
yeah,
on both ends, the way he really used to be, 3-and-D on both ends, he would be better than Brown next season if he bounced back. So I put Brown somewhere in between 15 to 20.
What up, M3? I mean, that's fair enough. I mean, I could think of like 10, like, I mean, just he's too easy to get thrown down. Like, you got fucking Durant, you got LeBron, you got Steph Curry, you got Damian Lillard, you got fucking Jokic, you got LeBron? You got even, yeah, I put him on there. You even got like
AD.
Yep, AD. You got
DeMar DeRozan,
Kyrie Irving. Like, come on.
Would you say DeMar DeRozan right now? He's at the end of his prime, bro. You know that the end's coming, like the drop off any day now. Last season, do you think DeMar DeRozan was a better player than Jaylen Brown?
Yeah. There's just too many people you can just rattle. Top 10 is just, you could throw lots of names. I mean, Giannis. Look at fucking, I mean, goddamn, Giannis and B.
Them 3. Yep. So yeah, you just knocked you just completely destroyed my top between 15 to 20. I think you're right in there.
Yeah, I mean, damn. Someone said Butler. Yeah, I mean, yeah, even Trae Young, he's top 30. Trae Young, I put him in the top 30. He's not there yet.
I will put Brown before Trae Young. Easy.
Anyone can look good on the Hawks. I mean, right, back in the day when I played basketball, right? I played for a Christian in my Christian school league. Of course, I was dominating motherfuckers. But really, when I was in the 2 years that I was in public school, I couldn't make the team because these motherfuckers is killing me, crushing me. So if you put a average person, even below average, because I wasn't even good enough to make the school team, right? I ended up being the team manager and, doing the stats. That's what I started doing. It was my job to keep the stats, video the games, and keep stats and shit. But I was a below average player. But of course I shined on the Christian team like I was crushing motherfuckers. Like you would think, you would have thought I was LeBron. So put Trae Young on the Warriors or the Heat or the Bucks. Does he do the same thing?
Oh, I tell you, this is a good one. So, Moto Viper asks, is he better than Butler? Man, I think those two are comparable players. If you had Butler and Brown the same team, what do you think happens right there? That tell you maybe who's the better player.
A call coming in to reject it. I can't hear what you're saying when it was ringing.
Yeah, some Motor Viper
You
said
said-
Butler. Do you think Butler's ranked higher than Jaylen Brown?
For now,
I think
I say for now.
But so I don't understand the signing, right? I mean, maybe they're just trying to keep their talent, but those two guys, they ball with the same mentality. We jack up threes like the whole league does, right? When you watch the Denver Nuggets, I feel like they made a better blueprint, a whole team concept. If the threes aren't dropping for the Nuggets, they go and do other shit. Or maybe sometimes they just start with some other shit off the rip. But these guys will miss 3, 5, 7, hell, more than that, and they will keep jacking them.
Yeah,
don't give me this shit that a shooter keeps shooting. He does, right? He's not going to stop shooting, right? But a good player finds those other areas when his other game is off to get buckets different ways.
Right.
Oh, man.
You can be seen. Yeah. You're going to have clutch moments when you shoot the ball so fucking much.
That's right. High volume doesn't necessarily mean accuracy. Right. So
listen, like, okay, I know people are going to hate it when I say this, but even just a quick trip over to the Mount Rushmore of the Lakers, for me, Kobe's not on it. I love Kobe Bryant, my favorite Laker of all time. But he was an inefficient shooter. That's why he does not make any Mount Rushmore. He was one of the most, he took the fourth most shots. He took took the fourth most shots in NBA history. You know what he's ranked as far as efficiency? He's like 46, 47. The fourth most shots, right? Of course you're gonna have clutch moments when you're shooting it every goddamn time at the end of the game, of course. But he wasn't efficient. He wasn't. I loved him. He was my favorite Laker of all time. But if we're going by stats, high volume shooters, man, you want them to. Steph Curry, he makes the ball. It goes in when he shoots.
He makes the ball.
He makes the ball.
High volume, but he has a good ratio. But
right.
Jordan popped threes, right? Jordan was a good shooter. He had good fundamentals with his shot. And people say that he couldn't shoot threes. Jordan could shoot threes. Hold on a second.
All right, back.
Let's see.
Yeah, James Harden. The 76ers ain't, and they're not in a rush to give him off. Nobody wants him. The market for James Harden is like zilch.
Man, they talking on ESPN and Vegas. So they're doing the odds for who has the best odds to be the champ next year. After this signing, they put the Celtics over the Nuggets. The fuck is wrong with
because they got Porzingis too, man.
Okay,
they signed Porzingis.
Porzingis, 7'3". If you 7'3", I hope he does good this year. Some players you just watch and I just don't like watching them. I just don't.
For me, I understand he's good too, but like I feel the same way. I understand what you mean. We're not knocking that. We're not saying he's not a great player. He's just not electrifying. He's not who you go to the game to see. He's a guy you want on your team for sure because he can help get you a title. But nobody's like, I'm going to go see Kristaps Porzingis. You know he's going to be in town tonight playing against. You're not going to go.
As Bruce said, what's the reason he was in Washington to start with?
That's where you go. That's where they.
We're gonna have a segment that's called "Who's Fumbling the Bag" when the season shit starts.
God dang, man, it is crazy, man. It's fucking crazy. 300 mil to him. I'm glad. Congratulations, you got the bag, man. But damn.
Don't make Bruce's fumble in the bag section.
I know, man. I feel like they already fumbled it by keeping both of them.
Man.
God damn.
So I'm hoping that Porzingis does well. I still think they lack something. And what I think they lack is still shooting, efficient shooting.
I think that's why, for me too, that the re-signing of Brown was just kind of bad, because he's not bad, but y'all need a different piece than what he is. Y'all got two of Jaylen Brown. You got Tatum. You don't need another. You don't need Brown too. You need that other. You need that other shooter, a different person that plays in a little bit different style. Like, y'all got to be on the court together to win, man. And Tatum and Brown, they just can't win together. They can't win a ring together. They're just not. They don't have that chemistry.
I don't see killer instinct either. So
yeah, but I think maybe you can learn that.
In this new NBA, maybe.
Yeah, and the new NBA.
The new NBA, where motherfuckers go to Washington when they fumble the bag.
Yeah, you just go to Washington.
Dude, not even Charlotte, Washington.
Damn. Charlotte is where you go when they don't want you in the league anymore, but you're still like, Charlotte is like the G League. The G League's he's like, hey, Charlotte is like the redheaded stepchild of the NBA. Yeah, they're a team. They fill out the schedule. I forgot about the Hornets, and they just signed and they just sold. Michael Jordan just sold his part.
He's still partial stake in it.
I know he kept a minority stake in it, but I think they said James Dolan is the only one that voted to not send it through. Like, the fuck? Nobody even likes you, James. So you're lucky. You have one incident, have one bad incident. Have one real bad incident, like the one dude that had said that racist shit. What was his name? That owned the
owner? You talking about Clippers? The Clipper owner?
Yeah, what was it?
Donald something.
Donald Sterling. You have one Donald Sterling moment, James Dolan. They will get your ass. They don't know. None of these motherfuckers like James Dolan, and he is a shitty person. He just needs that one Sterling moment, and they're gonna get his ass out of there.
I think if you talk about the Knicks ownership, Bulls ownership, goddamn, man.
Oh yeah, the Bulls, man. They're just like middle of the road team now.
Man, stop it, bro. So check this out. Before we go on and make sure I hit this up. So check out this salary, man. Okay. Assuming Jason Tatum signs a max extension with the Celtics next summer, here's what their salary looks like, bro. Tatum with Brown next year. That's going to be 64.4 mil. The next year is 87.2. 25, 26, 114.1. 26, 27, 122.9.
Yeah.
And 131.7 in the last year of Tatum's contract, or last year Brown's contract.
He makes like something million, don't he?
140.5 million is what they gonna pay.
He's supposed to. His fifth year has him making like 67 million or something like that.
$69 million.
Shit's crazy.
Man. So that's the most you can make. Let's just say the best player in the league was up for it this summer. That's the max you're going to make. So it doesn't necessarily mean you're worth, unfortunately, which I think more back in the day, even if you could get the max money, right? And you was a really good player, you wasn't getting it just because you could. It seems to me like a motherfucker will get it just because he can.
Yeah.
Well,
Or it's other teams like signaling other teams in the league trying to get them to. It might be a tactic. It might be a tactic to keep other teams from, because they're like, oh, this motherfucker got 300 million. Then your other star is like, well, hey, if they gave him, I should be worth this. And now they might spend more money on a star instead of being able to save some money to acquire another player that's compare with a star. It's got to be some type of tactic, man. I refuse to believe that the Celtics really fucking sat there and was like, yes, he's worth 300 million. It's got to be a way to get other teams to have to spend more money on their main players so they can't build like a crazy ass another. There will never be another super team, but you can try to get close to it. And the Celtics gotten pretty with Porzingis. Man, why do they do Brown? Fucking shit, stupid.
I don't, man.
Why you got two Lambos? What the fuck you need Lambos for? One is white and one is off-white. What the fuck was the point?
I don't know. Moto Viper says, did they report how much of the 300 million is guaranteed? I don't know that.
No, I haven't seen. I haven't heard that of any guarantee yet either. I'm sure I think they just signed it yesterday. So, the more details will be coming out over in the next couple of days.
What up, Diamonds? Diamonds just popped in the chat, bro. What's up, man?
What up, Diamonds?
So I'm thinking that he can make even more money than that because you get bonuses if you make all defensive teams, NBA first team, all-star team. Now, maybe that's what I think that's part of what got him.
Yeah, because he made it. That's the only thing, because
sorry, my bad. That's what got him. I don't know if there's more to get on top or if this is like, hey, you just fucking cap.
Yeah, he was able, since he made, what was it, all defensive or some shit last year, that qualified him for. So this year was his first year of qualifying for that Supermax extension.
Mm-hmm.
And goddamn, Celtics, y'all set a whole nother. I don't know. They raised the bar. I don't know if y'all raised the standards, but y'all raised the bar, certainly.
Well, unless something bad happens with Tatum, either he underperforms or he gets injured or something, he'll be getting the same shit. Think about that. Let's say something bad happens to Tatum this year, right? That means you ain't eligible for what your boy just got. I'm pretty sure, right? Because I think he's going to need to make those same teams.
And you have to play at least
63 or 65 games.
Yeah, that's why they gave Morant that 25 game suspension. Adam Silver, he punished him by making him miss that many games. He's ineligible to get all of that. He fucked with his money, which he should have, because you lied. You set up in Adam Silver's face and lied, and made him look like a fool after he gave you a slap on he hit you. He slapped you on the wrist with a wet noodle, man. And then you lied in his face and you did the same shit again. I agree with the punishment for sure. Wow. It's not illegal what he did, but you look like a jackass. That's not what the league is about. They're not trying to promote gangster. There's a family league. They're not trying to promote gangsterism and all that fuck shit. Why are you waving guns? You're grown. Look, grown men are waving guns on social media anyways. Like, you're listening to music, promoting killing and all this shit. Like, that's not what they're. Them days is Allen Iverson was probably like the last quote unquote gangster that they allowed. Allen Iverson was the last one, I believe.
Man, I don't think. You say he fucked with his money, right? Well, what by him doing that, he fucks with the league and they money. So I mean, that's a man. Like, how do you not know that, Bruce? That's it. Doesn't even matter. Let's say it's not the NBA. You just work for an employer, and they have guidelines. They have a rule book, a motherfucking handbook, right? In that
Right.
handbook, it says that you can't do something. It ain't illegal to do it in the world, right? But you can't do it here.
Just
Why
don't.
you're employed? Because you heard motherfuckers like he didn't do anything illegal. It was legal, bro. He's held to a different standard in the league, bro, because they
Right.
got their own bylaws,
Got buffoonery. You're making the league look bad.
bro.
And you idiot.
I was listening to him when Shannon Sharp was still on FS1. He was like, there ain't nothing you can maybe do for them not to find out. He's like, the league has mega investigators. He was hinting like FBI. They will find shit out because they have the power to investigate on the highest level.
Right.
So, but that's just dumb, man. But the Celtics, this doesn't vault them over who? The Nuggets? Do you think does this vault them over anybody else? The Heat still could take their ass out.
I think this puts them over the Heat. This is about the only team I can think of that it puts them over, that they're not already over. I mean, I don't, and I don't, a lot of people are saying that this puts them as fucking, they're expecting them to be the favorites to fucking, I don't think so. To get to the Eastern Conference, fine. I don't think it puts them in.
They might get to the Eastern Conference
They can
Finals.
get, but I'm not like, they're the favorites.
No, they're still a piece away, and that might be an alpha, like a 1A still. I don't think they have a 1A still, bro. I think one of those two needs to just look at the other one and say, one of them just needs to say, I'm taking this shit over. But if it's Brown, Tatum ain't gonna like that. But Tatum got to be the dude that's like, I'm just taking this motherfucker over. I just have to. You got to be the guy that says, if I fail, it's on me. Because if you win and you want the accolades, you better take them when you fail too, because that's what all the other greats did. All of them, bro. Magic, Bird, Michael, Kareem, Shaq, Kobe, LeBron. You got to take the good with the bad, bro. And Tatum, it seems like he just wants to be liked a little too much, man.
I don't know.
You remember when LeBron went to the Heat and they lost in the first season there, right? And then they went up, and then LeBron got a mean streak in him. Do you remember that?
Yeah.
When I'm not the biggest LeBron fan, right? At one point, that's what we're going to talk about on that show. I understand what he's brought to the league, no disrespect there. But when I saw him like that, I'm like, bro, that's how a lot of the greats were. They wasn't smiling at your ass. They was taking you out. I seen him play like that, and I'm like, but apparently that's not his character. You know what I mean? He was doing that because he wasn't navigating the social media correctly. It just seemed like
that's a lot of people's arguments too, where when they say that, like, when they debate if LeBron is the GOAT over Jordan, everyone talks about that LeBron, he'll drive the hole, but he doesn't have that like killer mentality. It's not that killer mentality. It doesn't come natural for him, and it shows at times.
Right. Well, we gotta keep this moving so we can finish, so we can do our actual who's on your NBA Mount Rushmore. So it gets stirred up every now and then, and Malik Andrews had some comments because Draymond Green made some comments, and the comments were in support of WNBA players. You keep hearing rumblings every now and then about WNBA players wanting paid equally as opposed to NBA players. There's a big reason why that's not happening and probably won't happen, and it has nothing to do with your gender. Bruce, why is this never going to be the same?
Because it's not as interesting. Okay. All right. First of all, sports are more supported by men You're playing a sport that generally is more male centric, and they're good. There's good players, but
Yes,
they
for
get
sure.
paid all this money because of advertisements and sponsors and people that pay these millions of dollars. No one's spending like. Did you see the parade? Did you see the parade, dude?
Yeah. What up, there?
Did you see the parade?
For the women, it's the women's title last year.
Yeah, this year. Yeah, last year. It was like barely anyone. Like
Well,
there
the
was more people
problem,
on the buses, bro. Like no,
the,
no.
pro- the
We had
problem
more
is
people watch the show on Wednesday night than was at that parade.
you. Okay, so if the revenue is not there, the owners, the company can't spend that kind of juice. If
Right.
the ratings aren't there, if
And it's
the ad revenue's not there, if it's not as popular, you're not going to make as much money. It has nothing to do with male versus female.
the NBA already bolsters it by million with millions of dollars to supplement. But this is my thing. They want to make it like it's a male and female issue.
Mhm.
Do I watch women's sports? No. But guess what? I watch men's sports. I'm a man. I watch men. Women. Don't be mad at us because y'all aren't making as much. All these women are supposed to support each other. There's more women in this country than men by a couple of percent. But there's more women. Support women. Women, y'all need to support each other. Why don't y'all go to the fucking games? Y'all watch them on TV. Because most women don't care about sports like that. I can't help that.
Yeah.
I can't
So
help.
I just
Yes,
get
I
tired of
think
it.
money is Dave Chappelle. I deserve to get $80 million fucking contract from Amazon, right? But I don't because no one knows who the fuck I am. Like they know Dave Chappelle.
That'd be like saying we need to get paid for doing this show just like all the
Right.
other big bangers are doing. No,
I
it's
need booty pie money. I should be doing. Man, I do this shit because I enjoy it. I enjoy talking about sports. If two people watch, I don't care if it's just me and you talking about this shit. I like talking about sports on a deeper level. I don't like to just listen to them all day. I want to talk about them too with my friends and shit. Like
yeah,
I like sports. That's what I'm doing it for.
yeah.
Them women basketball players, y'all playing basketball because y'all enjoy. It's a hobby that's making y'all, a kind of a living wage than most people. I mean, they making like 40, 50,000 a year. I mean, that's respectable.
And the thing is, they're working their ass off, right? It's
They're
just
teaching to make more than them. That shit's
yeah,
crazy. But I
it's
mean,
so there are higher values of entertainment in this world, and
right.
unfortunately, the WNBA just has not found a way to want to draw people in and entertaining. I do believe that NBA players support WNBA players a lot. I think
They
within
go to
each
their
other,
games sometimes, and
yeah.
you know,
Like when I was playing sports in high school, right? We always went to the girls' games. We was always cheering them on, right? You got camaraderie. It's just the way the world is. Now, if it's one thing like the two different people, a woman and a man are in a business, right? And they both have the same job and they have the same education level and they both are doing the same good job. And one's getting paid more than the other, then we got a problem. This is not
right,
that.
right. This is not
So
that.
other than that, I think we're done with that conversation.
What up? They're 27.
Who's seven?
They're
Yeah.
6'9", 6'9". What up?
So, man, but it just blew my mind. I thought, man, trade Jalen Brown. He still might be going. Like you said, sometimes the underlying employees that teams do and the tactics they use.
Tactic. It's a
Sometimes,
tactic.
yeah.
It's
Like
a
you
tactic to flush Warriors out of title contention in a year or two. Because, like, of course, Steph and them, they'll decline, but they'll be stuck in these massive contracts with the Warriors, and the Warriors won't be able to necessarily get that fresh piece because that fresh piece is going to need that bag too, and they won't have the cap space. I think it's a way to kind of like put the financial and the luxury tax strain on other teams so they can't sign like mega fucking players and shit. You know, you can get one superstar, but you're not going to get a whole bunch else. They got to be. It's a tactic for sure. There's no other explanation. Because you know it. Like, what the fuck? What are you going to play Tatum? Is he a $350 million player? Like, if you pay Brown, Tatum's got to get more. Is he worth 300 fucking is Tatum a $300 million player? Like, be for real, man. What the fuck?
He is now.
They blew the market. Like, they really like reset. They changed how fucking contracts are gonna go for. Like, this is big. It's bigger than Tatum and Brown. Like, offering a player that's not a top 15 player that kind of money, man, you reset the whole market like Jerry Jones did. Just reset the market. I mean, what do you pay someone that was like, who do you pay? Well, Steph Curry, he's on the down end of it. But like, what do you pay Giannis? What do you pay Giannis? Whenever his contract is up? What do you pay people like him? Like, they've got to be worth $400 million. If Tatum is worth 300, if Brown is worth 300, what is Giannis worth?
I'm not that high up on Giannis, but I understand what you're saying. Yeah. So let's do it. It's time. We don't tease y'all at the beginning. Who's on your NBA Mount Rushmore? So we'll go ahead and you can talk about why you make these entries. I know we got Dare that weighed in.
Yeah, did you see what Motos or who was it? Somebody had put in their Mount Rushmore too. A couple of people.
I think I'm looking
Jordan
now.
Will, Steph Curry, Tim Duncan.
Damn it. Yeah. Okay. Moto Viper says Kobe, Jordan, Bird, and Barkley. And it's all cool, even though people have their opinion. We go and debate this shit, right?
I'm still gonna talk shit. If you can talk shit about my opinion, feel free. I'm a damn sure talk shit about your Barkley. God Almighty. You need to do drugs.
Kobe. Bruce already made the definitive argument for that, and I think it stands. He was not an efficient shooter. I think right then and there, that kind of eliminates you. Jordan,
he was like I say, my favorite player of all time. As my favorite player of all time, it is Kobe Bryant. Black Mamba will always be my favorite, but that doesn't mean to me that he's number one,
right?
Or number 5 or 6. So he's in the top 10, maybe. Yeah. So
Barkley, I'm gonna have to go ahead and not put him on my list, right? Because of not being able to get in a championship.
Yeah, the ring. That
it matters. It matters. If you couldn't get it, and he only had one shot. Wait a minute. Yep. He only had one crack his whole career, 93. He didn't go back because he was out of his prime when he went to the Rockets, and that was after they won a couple chips. So those particular entries, in my opinion, I don't think can make it for my. There's too many others.
There's too many other for me in front of him. There's just the rings alone kill his argument. Like, even before bringing up any stats, the rings alone. And it is all about rings for the Mount Rushmore, because there's so much greatness on that Mount Rushmore. You have to have one.
There's so much greatness. So much greatness in the fucking league over over 70. Has it 75 years now?
Ooh, I don't even know.
It's been a long time. So yeah, let's see. Dare 2727 says Jordan, Wilt, Steph, Steph Curry, and Tim Duncan. You got anything you want to hit on that? You want
Only one I'm keeping on that list is Jordan.
So let's debate why do you not have Steph Curry on this Mount Rushmore? And mind you, Moto Viper's asking him, is this of the last 20 years? This is what we have seen with our eyeballs, because I don't think it's fair for me to judge people I didn't watch play ball. Okay.
Kobe didn't make it because of he was not an efficient shooter. That's why Kobe's not on it.
Right.
Rings do matter, but they're not everything.
Well, just like Bruce is saying, there's so many factors. When you try to weed out, how many players have been in the league, bro, and you're trying to whittle down to 4, you gotta get stringent with the standards. And Kobe was a good player, right? Great player.
Yeah.
But he was not efficient. So his shooting and that then kind of takes him off some of the really elite, the efficient, So I don't think Steph's on it either. I think Steph, when you talk about being on Mount Rushmore, you're also talking about changing the game, being dominant.
I would say all time. I wouldn't like. I mean, for me, my Mount Rushmore, I would say, like, who are your 4?
Who?
You.
Oh, I'm waiting. I'm kind of going through the chat right now.
Okay.
You're 4 either, so.
Duncan, he's one of the greatest power forwards. Probably the greatest. Well, one of the greatest of all time. Tim Duncan is definitely one of the greatest Spurs that ever played.
Frankie Bang Bang makes a great comment, right? Like I say, it's just not about that. Robert Ory has 7 championships. Ain't nobody considering him to be on a Mount Rushmore. So
there's still like, I would keep Jordan on that list. I keep Jordan. Steph, he might be the greatest shooter we've ever seen, but he's not on my Mount Rushmore.
Dominant? I say no. I like him a lot. I watched him get dominated many times by LeBron. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
When the game was coming down to the wire in some of those finals and all-star games, I'll watch closely. LeBron could shut him down.
LeBron single-handedly shut them down in that series that he won that championship. They came from behind. Yeah. Classic performance.
Now, does he have killer instinct? There's different levels, right? There's different levels. Does a snake have different bite? Is his venom a little different than another? Yes. Can he go to another level on motherfuckers on the court? Yes, he can. But I watched him get dominated by other guys, especially LeBron when crunch times. And LeBron's killer instincts in question. So if his killer instincts in question and he can take out Steph in the clutch like that, then that takes him out. Let's see. Anybody else got any? Let's see.
Oh, there was one other list, I think. Someone said Iverson. Iverson doesn't make the list. Maybe it's one of the most influential.
There's different. Yeah, there's so many categories. Influential is one of them. Iverson was one of them guys, but he never got the chip.
Yeah. Oh, that kills it too.
Yeah, it's just done. It's done, man.
I'll tell you my list.
Oh, okay. We'll do one by one. If we don't agree or whatever, bro, then we'll just double back and forth. Okay, we get
Kareem.
Okay. Sorry. Kareem Abdul-Jabbar.
Mm-hmm.
Why?
I mean, damn, the rings, 19-time All-Star. I mean, the accolades, man. He was the number 2 until LeBron beat his scoring record this year. He was number 1. And he did it in a time when the 3-point line did not exist. Only like 6 of his points on Kareem scoring, only like 6 of his points came from 3-pointers because it just didn't exist. So that is amazing that it took this long to even beat that. He was scoring 2s. His shit was like he, I really listen. My list is in no particular order, but you can argue him for the top spot. You can. It's a good argument. It's the closest one that I feel that you can make to Jordan. Of course, Jordan's on my list.
Okay, so do you want to do one? You want to go back and forth, or you just want to go
Okay,
through
give
your
me
list?
one. Yeah, you can go back and forth.
Okay, I got Bird. I got Bird on the Rushmore. Okay, and so the reasons I have Bird on the Rushmore: supreme shooting, fundamentals, right?
Yeah.
Killer instinct. That motherfucker would talk trash in your face and back it up. That's killer instinct. You get in the motherfucker's girl and you say, I'm gonna go right here in the timeout and look at your opponent and say, I'm gonna go right here. I'm gonna shoot it right in this spot, and ain't nothing you can do about it. The defenders know he's going in that spot. They D him up. He still drops it right in their fucking eyeball, bro. He does that all the time. Championships, he's got the championships. He was influential. He helped usher in the league when the league was about drug use, thugs, stuff like that. So, and you know what I'm saying? When you talk about a lot of people, you talk about Kareem, Magic, Bird, Jordan, who kind of changed things and was heavily influential. So, even though he was cut short, what did he win? 3 or 4 rings, damn it.
I don't know.
But he was going up against the people that was brutal.
Yeah,
The Lakers, the Pistons, the Sixers, the Celtics. Celtics going against all them people, dude. So that's the reason I got Bird on there.
he's not on mine, but I won't argue it.
Go ahead, argue it. What's the one?
Because it's a good pick. It's just not one that I would choose. But I wouldn't argue Bird off of the Mount. For someone else's Mount Rushmore, that's cool. I'm okay with it.
Can you pinpoint the reason why he's not on yours?
Because of the other people on mine.
Okay. We'll lay the difference. All right, go ahead. What's up to Fast Eddie, bro? Fast Eddie's here. And Mark Cosplay.
The next one I would say, with of course the easy one, Jordan. I mean, he should be on everybody's Mount Rushmore.
Okay, speak it though. So we both agree. Jordan's on mine, and I almost didn't pick anybody. I was for a long time. I was like, I'm gonna tell Bruce it's 4 Jordans. It's 4 Jordans, but I thought about it. Right now, why Jordan?
I mean, damn, six rings. Fucking, what was he? What did he do? He got what, 7 or 9 time defensive player and
DPOY, baby.
Damn, like Jordan is the man. Killer instinct, 6 rings. You mean you did 2 3-peats? I mean, that really that's
Stop
why
it.
go. If it wasn't for the 2 3-peats, I'd put Kareem over him. I would, even though statistically too, Jordan edges him out in a couple of more categories. I would still say Kareem, but you didn't do 2 3-peats. Jordan did, so I'm not argue. I mean, I don't see how you can argue Jordan. Like, he's the GOAT.
So he didn't just. I mean, he did. He shot a lot. I remember watching. There were times he had his fundamentals was on point. His feet work, his shot construction. He could shoot. He could play defense. He could D up on anybody. Yes, they did have Scottie Pippen, who was an amazing 2-way player, and they talk about how Scottie Pippen would take Magic Johnson, shit like that. But ain't nobody Michael couldn't guard either, bro. Michael was guarding a lot of them motherfuckers, bro.
Yeah.
The level of fear that he put into his opponent. Shaq talks about being afraid of that motherfucker, dude.
Yeah.
I mean, when you're a ball player and somebody instills fear in you, you're the black cat, bro. What they call him, Black Jesus? I don't know, bro.
And Jordan, I mean, we can move on. There's not even what can you not say? Jordan is, I mean,
Okay, so we got.
changed the NBA.
So go ahead with yours because I have Jordan. I have Jordan and Jordan and Burden right there.
I would have to say, my next one would be Magic Johnson. Magic Johnson.
Okay. Now Magic.
The Lakers,
Go ahead. Go ahead.
greatest Lakers. Rings, shooting. He had that killer instinct. Like, he might be the greatest, was believe the greatest power forward.
Right. Hold on. I myself too had Magic
In the call.
on there.
You said you have him on yours?
Yeah, I got Magic Johnson on there too. Some of the things that was crazy about Magic Johnson, just when you think about, he's got the titles, he could play defense, right? He knew how. You have to also think about basketball IQ. Some of these, like, there are people who got basketball IQ. They can think of it on levels that other professionals that are great can't even think about. And that's one problem I think that the Celtics stars have. Basketball IQ. Like, LeBron has a high basketball IQ. He understands the game. You can see, okay, basketball IQ. You can see the components moving. You can know how they're going to move before they move. You're going to know what that player is going to do. That's IQ, right? You're going to know how to manipulate everything. He had that as well. One of the things that was just amazing was he went up against all those Western powerhouses too. He went up against all them Eastern powerhouses, just like the Celtics did. Him and Bird also changed the game. To both of them, the two big opposites. They were opposite. Seemed so opposite of each other, just the way they played.
Jordan isn't the dude on the NBA logo. That's Jerry West, I believe.
You are correct.
Jerry West is the NBA logo.
Yeah, Jerry West is the logo. Yes.
Yeah, Jerry West is the logo.
Right. So Magic Johnson winning the chip in his rookie year.
Yeah, man. Like,
bro.
Center is not an easy position. You're getting banged up. You're down there with like vets. You're in that shit with the vets, man. You're getting bowled in your fucking ribs back then. You're getting bowled in the fucking ribs. Like, you're going home sore.
You're getting punched. Back then, you're getting cold cock, bro.
Yeah, you're going home sore. You're soaking in an ice bath after the game.
Yeah. Yeah.
Magic Johnson.
Bang Bang says nobody robs sneakers unless there's Jordans back in the day. Nobody's robbing a motherfucker for fucking LeBrons. So
who's your number 4? We agree on 2 of them.
Okay, so I got Jordan, Bird, Magic. And I'm going to put it up there. I'm going to put it on there, man. I'm going to put it on there. I had to choose between Kareem, Shaq, and Tim Duncan for what I've seen in my life, right? And I had a real hard time narrowing it down between Shaq and Tim Duncan. But I think Tim Duncan edges him out.
Really?
For mine, only because Shaq's potential, man. My favorite player is Jordan. There's never no question. And I'm a mad Chicago Bulls fan, 87 on. When I saw Shaquille O'Neal at LSU play in the 90s in college, I was like, who the fuck is this guy, dude? When he got to the Magic, I was watching him. I had another team now they weren't the same to me as the Bulls, but that was Shaq. Shaq could have kept on that progression, right? I think of Tim Duncan just because of how fundamentally sound he was at that power forward position.
Why did you put him over Tim Duncan though?
Who?
Shaq. I mean, you put Tim Duncan over Shaq though.
No, I put Tim Duncan on the list.
You put him on the list. Like, he's not on Mount Rushmore. Shaq is.
No.
Tim Duncan's on the Mount Rushmore.
For me, Mount Rushmore is Tim Duncan.
Why? So why did you pick him over Shaq? I mean, I'm just asking.
Shaq because I felt like
Yeah,
overall his whole career, he was more sound. Shaq was so fucking polarizing, so dominant, right? If he could have stayed with one team, I think he would have dominated and destroyed, and he would have not only been that Rushmore, he would have probably just fucking clobbered it, dude. Boulders. I think people would be talking Shaq or Michael and Shaq.
I, you know, I neither one of them are on my Mount Rushmore. I guess if I had to choose between the two, if I was making a team and those were the two that I had to choose from, I would probably choose Tim Duncan too, simply because he was more athletic as well. I think the athleticism edges him over over Shaq for me. Because Shaq kind of still, yes, he was dominant, he was unstoppable, but I think the athleticism also of Tim Duncan kind of, for me, that's what edges him over Shaq. But that's a real close one. That's not a decision I'd want to have to make.
So, to be honest with you, Magic, Shaq, or Magic, Mike, and Bird are my definitives. Those three that I just listed are so hard for me to choose. It is, man.
I feel you. The fourth one, my fourth one is very tough to come up with because you're right. And as far as what you've seen with your eyes, but there's something that cannot be denied. So for me, if I had to pick like the modern day person to go on that Mount Rushmore, I probably would. Man, I'd probably just LeBron probably makes that fourth spot. If this is more modern day, if I'm just saying of all time, I don't see how we can leave Bill Russell off of it. Bill Russell for me, I mean, and then you got people like Oscar Robinson, but we didn't see that motherfucker play. You know what I'm saying? But you got Bill Russell. You get there's Jerry West, of course, but Bill Russell. You cannot deny 11 rings. Like,
you want to know why I didn't put Bill Russell in contention? Bill Russell averaged like 15 points a game.
Yeah.
The Boston Celtics were stacked. It wasn't like it is now where free agency took players from teams. Boston Celtics were loaded, bro. So that's kind of why I didn't do that. The league wasn't quite the same. And I can't really judge it with my eyes. 11 championships is intense, right? That's crazy. But when you look at his stats and I see 15 points, I'm like, they were obviously playing one hell of a team. They were playing together as one hell of a good team. You know what I mean? Havlicek. Who else on that team, man? Was Kuzi? Kuzi might have been on that team, was he? I'm not sure.
Yeah. I mean, when someone else said Wilt, he's another one where I can't really, and that's where I'm kind of where like I didn't get to see it really. Bill Russell's kind of like that anomaly on mine because it's hard to ignore 11 rings, but if he's not on someone's mount, he's almost really not on mine. Like, but you can't if we stretch Mount Rushmore to 5 heads, then we're going to figure out a way to add a 6th head and a 7th. There's so many great players for that 4th spot. It's really whoever you pick out. I can't even be like, you put Tim Duncan on yours. I don't know if he even if there was like a 3rd Mount Rushmore, he probably would be on it for me. But I'm not going to argue because he's one of the greatest power forwards that we ever. I mean, I can't argue.
Yeah. And it's different constructing a Mount Rushmore than your all-time team. We're going to do another show where we construct our all-time best team, and everybody does starting 5. Bruce, we're going to do 5, and we're going to do the bench.
Okay, that's not necessarily stat or like ring driven.
Right, you're the best team, the team that you say nobody can fucking touch me. And if you're smart, you can understand how to construct the team. A lot of these motherfuckers are like, oh, I'm just putting all the greats together. I'm putting Shaq. I'm putting Kobe and Michael on the same team. What?
Right.
What?
Yeah. They're like Kobe, Michael, Curry.
Stop it. Stop
Yeah.
it. Dude,
Yeah. You need more than just some shooters. You need a motherfucker down. You need a Shaq
we're gonna build our own
or
team.
a Duncan.
We're gonna discuss it. M3 says, "Here's my thing about basketball. 3 words: raise the rim." Shaq was 22 feet tall. I think he was 7'3". Not impressive. Show me a shoddy playing ball. Sorry, and that's way more impressive. I'm not angry. I'm just saying, bro. Nate Robinson was one of my favorite players, bro. That fucker had hops, dude.
David Robinson. Yeah, I mean you got Hakeem, but see, I can't. Yeah, we can talk about because I got the other show in a couple of minutes.
Yeah, I know.
Fucking yeah, my personal starting five. I mean,
I'm not gonna
Jordan's
nail
on
it
it.
yet. We're gonna do a whole team. We're gonna do the 5 and we're gonna do the bench.
As far as Kobe being my favorite player of all time, he's not in my starting five. I can't. It's the efficiency. The efficiency kills it. The efficiency is what he was my favorite to watch. He was electrifying. Of course, when you get the ball every time at the end, you're going to make clutch shots. I understand he is like, and as he's my favorite player of all time, and he doesn't even make the Lakers Mount Rushmore. So, like, I'm not biased. I try to come at it from a non-biased opinion because if I were to just easily just be non-biased, of course, Kobe's on the Mount Rushmore, but he doesn't deserve to be on there, if we're being honest.
Quick question, Bruce. To be on the Mount Rushmore, do you need to change the game with okay, what's what I'm looking for? So Jordan, everybody wears Jordans, right? So Air Jordan apparel, Air Jordan merch, right? Do you think being on the Mount Rushmore has anything to do with merch, or is it more about what you did on that fucking court?
I think it's more about what you did on the court because this is a perfect argument for this about LeBron James, right? LeBron James did not, yeah, he sold a lot of merch and everything, but you don't have people wanting to be like LeBron, right? How do you be like LeBron on the court? But you have motherfuckers that want to be like Steph Curry, people that want to be like Jordan because you can mimic their styles. You have motherfuckers that wanted to be Allen Iverson, not necessarily but Allen Iverson brought in that street ball, the wide dribbles and the cornrows and the baggy. He brought in an era of fashion as well. So, but he's not on the Mount Rushmore, but he was very influential. So no, because LeBron, if we're doing that, then LeBron, he's not on any of those lists. Because yeah, he sold a lot of merchandise, but no one's like, yeah, I'm a LeBron, yo ass. I'm gonna do you like LeBron. I'm gonna dunk on you like Bron. They're not doing that shit.
Yeah, so I feel the same way. I don't feel like merch has a goddamn thing to do about you being on the Mount Rushmore or being the fucking GOAT, right?
Yeah.
And I proved that in my list because I put Tim Duncan on there. Tim Duncan didn't have no flex, bro. Dude, Shaq would talk about trying to talk trash to Tim Duncan, and he'd look at him, and Shaq would do a good move, right? And Tim Duncan would look at him and pat him on that, say, "Good job, big fella." He's like, I could never talk trash to that motherfucker.
Yeah. Tim Duncan is not like that where you're like, oh yeah, this motherfucker gonna be talking shit tonight.
I guarantee you don't want to go up against Tim motherfucking Duncan. I guarantee it, bro. That guy is my all-time top 4. Top meaning the 4 spot. But
and I mean, yeah, the 4th spot is so many. It's like when you hit that random option, or like before you hit the little cube on the old like Mario Kart, how it's just changing really quick. It's like that. The 4th spot is like
the 4th spot. I feel like the Mount Rushmore, So if the Mount Rushmore was 3, Bruce, does that still lend to your credit? Or are you gonna be like, oh, the third spot's gonna be fucked up? Or do you feel like
Kareem Jordan, Magic.
yeah, I did. So and another reason why I didn't put Kareem on there is I didn't get to see him. So Simple Eddie says something about there's a ton of great players that played before us or the older guys. I just gauged this on what I've seen. I've been watching ball since the mid 80s. So I just gauged on that. That's why I didn't choose any of the old ones, but Dennis was married to.
You can't. I don't know. I just can't deny. I can't deny Kareem, man.
Hey, dude. I told you, but I still, even though I didn't watch him play, I'm like, man, is he still need to be on the 4th spot?
Yeah,
Their
man.
point record lasted 40 years. How long did that last?
Damn, dude. Like
He retired in the late 80s or no?
like
I don't know when he retired.
30 something.
He
30
retired in the
something
late
years,
80s
man.
or the 90s.
And you held that title off of 2-pointers. You held it off of 2-pointers. Like, imagine if the 3 ball was there, the record would never been broke. If they would have had the 3 ball, he's still the scoring champ. He's still the scoring champ if they had the 3.
I mean, another thing is too, Bruce. We've both played ball before. You ever go and play ball on the playground? You better have some thick skin. Imagine the best motherfucker in this league, how thick skin this is, because we all talk shit and trash to each other in the court.
Yeah.
I mean, you going at people, nasty shit, dude. And these motherfuckers don't even phase some of these guys.
Yeah. They don't. Yeah, man.
Well, let's see. You got like
14
minutes for your.
Yeah, I'm glad you didn't put Master P on your Mount Rushmore.
Master P.
You remember he played what, 1 game as a Raptor, I think?
Master P. A lot of people don't know that, man.
Yeah, he played 1 game as a Raptor.
But all right, man.
Crazy.
Y'all go head on over to Bruce is getting ready to go and do the casual show over on Casual Toy Collectors channel. They're getting ready to go over there, and if you want to talk some toys,
smoke weed, drink alcohol, curse, talk about crazy shit.
Just like here. Don't come here if you don't like swear words. If you sensitive, this ain't the show for you. That ain't the show for you.
Somebody got a crazy opinion. I'ma still talk shit, but I'm open to being talked shit about too. I'm cool.
All right, man. We're gonna go ahead and shout out to M3 Moto Viper 21, Casual Toy Collector, Simple Customs, Fast Eddie, Curtis Schultz.
Yes, everybody.
Let's see, we got Diamonds. I think I said Moto Viper 21. I was on Frankie Bang Bang, Mark Cosplay,
Kaz.
Yep, Kaz. We got Kaz. Dare 2727, aka Dare 6969.
Yeah, Dare 69.
I think that's
Dare Kashi 69.
Brandon Diecast. Yeah. So we actually could have done the whole hour 15 on Mount Rushmore, but we do try to cover some current topics in the league. So we may revisit this shit because guess what? We can if we want to. So, but yeah, we could come out. We got a lot of topics, man. When our schedule's got time, we'll be back for more of Around the League with NBA ChatTown, myself and Bruce Banner. And with that, we're gonna be out.
All right, peace, y'all.